Hello guys, this is Akshay Daga and welcome back to APDaga's Dumb Box. And in this video, we will talk about multi-level inheritance. In my earlier videos, I have already created the complete playlist from basic to this point about Python, and specific last 2-3 videos are all about OOPS concept in Python programming. So in our earlier video, we have seen what is inheritance, what is class, what is object, what is inheritance, single inheritance, then multiple inheritance, and in this video we'll talk about multi-level inheritance. So without wasting time, I'm sharing my screen. So this is a Jupyter notebook. Now I'll show you by the diagram what is multi-level inheritance is. So if you look here, one second. So let's say there is a parent class. Okay. Then there is one child class which is inherited from the parent class. So it is an example of single inheritance. You know that we have already seen this in our earlier video. But if there is one more class which is inherited from child class, right? So we'll call it as a grandchild. In reference to this parent, it is grandchild, right? It is inheriting properties from this child class. So basically 3 level of inheritance. So it is nothing but a multi-level inheritance. It is not compulsory that you will have only 3 levels. You can have multiple level. You can have 4 levels, more than that as well. But just to show you the concept, this is an example of multi-level inheritance. What does it mean? It means this is the first class, base class. Okay, that is parent class. Then there is a child class which inherited its properties from this parent class. Okay, so it is derived from parent. Then there is one more class which is inheriting its property from the child class. So it will be derived from child class. Okay, so basic example in real life scenario, like there might be your grandfather, then your father took some skill sets, some physical appearance from your grandfather, then you were born and you took some features from your father. So technically you took some features from your grandfather as well, right? So that is the best example I can give you to explain this. Now let's talk about coding part. So what I'll do, I'll write 3 classes. I'll write the class that is parent. Okay, I'll write init method, def init, and I'll pass self. I'll pass just one variable, and I'll write self dot a equal to a. Then I'll write one method, that is test one method. I'll pass self, and I'll write print this is test one method from parent class. Okay, that's done. Now I'll create one child class child, and I'll do the inheritance. I'll pass the name of the parent class here. Then I'll write def, then init method. I'll pass self, and then I'll pass a, and I'll create one more variable, that is b, and I'll write self dot. First of all, I'll call the parent class parent dot init. I'll do it explicitly. I'll pass self and then a, and then I'll write self dot b equal to b. Then I'll write one more thing, def test one. I'll modify the test one method from parent class. I'll write print this is test one method from child class. Okay, I'll do one more thing. I'll write test2 also. for other example, I'll write this is test2 method from parent class. Okay, I'll just modify test2 here. I'll not modify. I'll just modify. I modified test1 here in child class. I didn't touch test2 at all. Okay, so I'm rerunning this code. I'm rerunning this code. Then I'll write new class grandchild, and this time I'll inherit this with child class. Okay, then I'll write def init self a, then b, and I'll write one new variable c. What I'll do, I'll just, since here I have inherited with child, so what I'll do, I'll write child dot init, and I'll pass the variable self, then a, then b, right? And then I'll write self dot c equal to c, because c is the variable, instance variable of child class itself. It is not inherited from parent class or child class, right? C is the instance variable of grandchild, right? It is not inherited from child class or the parent class. So and I'll do one thing. I'll write def. What I'll do, I'll call test. One second. I think taking 3 will be good here. Def test3 self print. This is test3 method from parent class. Now you got the idea. In parent class, there is one variable a and 3 classes, test1, test2, test3. In child class, there is a, which is inherited from parent class, one new variable b of its own, and test1 method is modified over here. Okay, and in grandchild class, which is inherited from the third level of hierarchy, third level of inheritance, I must say. I'm not using any word hierarchy because that I'll use in my future video. So third level of inheritance, so it is grandchild class is inherited from class child, and here a and b are inherited from the above class, and c is its own method, and here I am trying to modify the method test3. Okay, no, sorry, test2. Okay, and I'll write print, and the modified method will be like this is test2 method from grandchild class. Okay, now you got the idea. Self test1, test2, test3, all three are present in parent class. Test1 is modified in child class, and test2 is modified in grandchild class. Test3 is not modified anywhere. It is only available in parent class. And at the same time, I'll create one new def test4. It is a new method only available in child class, not available in parent class. So print this is test4 method from child class. Okay, and here I'll write test5. So I think you are getting confused. I'll write it down for ease of understanding so that you will get the idea. So this is test5 method from grandchild class. Okay, so without getting confused, I'll just write it down somewhere. So I think this is a blank space available. I'll write it down there. Annotation. So basically we have parent class. Parent class will have these three things: A, B, test1, test2, and test3. Okay, then there is a child class. In child class, okay, sorry, there is no B. Okay, in here it is A, B, test1, and I think test 4. Okay, then there is a grandchild class here. What are available? A, B, C, then one second, I'll check. Even I got confused. Then test 2 and test 5. So you can see test 1 is available here and here. Test 2 are available in parent and grandchild. Test 3 is only available in parent. Test 4 is only available in child, and test 5 is only available in grandchild. So I'll keep that image as it is. Okay, and we'll run the code. So basically I'm running all these 3 code. Okay, now I'll create an object for all the classes. So I'll write p1 equal to parent. I'll pass only one value, that is 1. I'll create c1 as a child, so child. I'll pass 2 values, 2 and 3, and I'll create grand object for grandchild, that is grandchild, and I'll pass 3 values, 1 2 3 and 4 5 6 a b c. 3 members are there, and all the objects are created successfully. Now we know, if I talk about p1 and c1, we have already covered that in our earlier video in simple inheritance. We have covered that. Now let's talk about g1. So if I do g1 and dot and then I press tab, you can see I'll get a b c, then test 1 test 2 test 3 test 4 test 5. Everything is available, right? So everything is available. So whatever logic I had told you earlier, I'll just print all the members first. Print g1 dot a, g1 dot b, and g1 dot c. I got all the expected answer. We have passed 4 5 6 and everything was assigned correctly. That is fine. Now here the game started. G1 dot, if I do test 1, so logically test 1 is not present. So since g1 is the object of grandchild, so first of all it will go to the grandchild class. Here it will see test 1 is available. No, it is not available. Then it will go to its parent class, that is child. So name of that, its parent is child. The grandchild's parent is child. So it will see whether test 1 is available. Yes, it is available. So logically it should execute the test 1 method from child class. Let's see. So what it is saying, this is test 1 method from child class. So our logic is correct. We have validated that. Let's talk about g1 dot test 2. Now let's see, test 2 is available in grandchild class itself. First of all, it will go to its own class. Test 2 is available, so it won't think further. It will just execute the test 2 class from grandchild. See what it is showing. This is the test 2 method from grandchild class. So again, our logic is correct. Now I'll write g1 dot test 3, right? So it will go to its own class. It will see in grandchild class whether test is available. It is not available. It will go to its parent, that is child class. It will see whether test is available here. It is not available there. So it will again go to its parent class. So the name of that class is parent class. It will see whether test 3 is available. Yes, test 3 is available. So it should execute the test 3 class from parent class. And see what it is showing. It is showing this is the test 3 method from parent class. So our logic is again correct. Let's talk about test 4. So test 4 is available. It will go to grandchild class. Test 4 is available. No, it is not. Then it will go to child class. Whether test 4 is available. Yes, test 4 is available here. So again it will print it. No problem. What it is showing, it is showing test 4 class from child class. Again our logic is correct. g1 dot test 5. So test 5 is present only and only in grandchild class, means its own class. So it will execute that test 5 method from grandchild class. So it is showing this is the test 5 method from grandchild class. So I'll do one more modification in grandchild class. I'll not do any modification at all anyways. I'll try to do g1.test 6. Now you know test 6 method is not available at all in any of its class or parent class or grandparent class. I mean grandchild, child and parent class, anywhere it is not available. If I try to execute that, you will see there will be an error saying this attribute is not present. So this was all about the multi-level inheritance. One more thing we can try. One second, I'll do one thing. So if I create a grandchild class without writing any init method, okay, I'm just commenting it down. Now no init method is present. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, all other things were exactly same. Now I'll just create the objects once again. I'll just copy this code as it is to create objects, and we are interested about G1 only. So what it is saying, it is saying 3 positional argument but 4 were given, right? Reason being, so since there is no any, one second, 4 5 6 3 positional argument but 4 were given. 4 means one is self and other 3. Okay, so whenever we pass 3 values, so including the self, there will be 4. So it is expecting only 2. So what I'll do, I'll write G1 equal to grandchild. I'll pass 2 values, so maybe 6 and 7, and it will run correctly. Why it happened so? So basically, whenever I don't define any init method, so it will, like right now grandchild is inherited from child class. It is not bothering about any other thing. So right now, what is happening? How many arguments our child class is expecting? Our child class is expecting total 3 arguments including self, and apart from self only 2 arguments. That's why whenever we try to create a variable of grandchild without writing down any init method in it, so it will pick up the init method of its parent class by default, and there 2 values are expected. So if I do g1 dot, you can see only a and b, like a and b were member of child class init method, right? So that's why if I don't mention any init method, it will use the init method of its parent class. That's it. And all the previous methods and its own methods are inherited. We have seen that earlier also. So that's it, g1.a and g1.b. So again, this kind of things we have seen in our earlier video when we talked about multiple inheritance. Now you got the idea how it works, what is the logic behind that, right? If you don't write init method on your own, it will use the init method of the parent class as it is. That's it. That's it again. You can try on your own. You can try to remove the init method of this child class. Okay, and you can try. I hope what will happen that if you are trying to create an object for grandchild class and init method is not available there, right? So it will search for init method in the child class. Like you are creating an object for grandchild. If init method is not available there, it will go and check init method in child class. If init method is not available there itself, then it will again go to parent class. It will search for init method there. And you know init method is present over there and only one variable is available. So it will take only one variable. Why? Because it is using init method from the parent class. Okay. So I can show you that again. I'll just copy this. Okay. And I'm removing each and everything from there which are not needed, because about methods we know. Let's talk about variables. I'll copy the child class. Okay, again I'll remove everything. Then I'll take the grandchild class. So grandchild class is this. Okay. So now what I'll do, I'll just remove things which I don't need, and I'll remove these things. See, if I keep it as it is, it will throw an error. So I'll write pass to just complete the syntax, just like we used to do in methods. Okay. Again, I am removing the init from here and pass. Okay, that's it. So parent class, child class, and grandchild class. And init method is only available in parent class. And we have done multi-level inheritance as per the diagram shown on the left in red color. And only thing is we have removed all the methods, test 1 to test 5. We have removed each and everything. Now, if I try to create a variable of grandchild, G2 I'll write, and grandchild, what will happen? See, let's see how many arguments it asks for. It is asking me only one argument, that is a. Why? Because init method is not present over here, so it will go to parent, its parent, that is child. Again, init method is not available here, it will go to its parent, so that means this. And here it is demanding only one variable, right? So that's why the object of grandchild is also demanding one variable. So if I copy this and pass only one value, so the value will be 1, let's say any number, let's say 8, 9. So you can see G2 dot, if I do this, only one variable is available, which is of parent class. So, and that the value is 9. So it is as simple as that. The overall logic, I had demonstrated multiple cases to you so that you will understand what is the logic behind that, how it works, so that any new condition is given to you, you can think of this kind of logic and you can come to the conclusion here, and your conclusion will be mostly correct. So that's it, guys. I hope you got lot much information from this video and from my earlier videos as well. So if you like this kind of content, please do each and everything you can do to encourage me. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do each and everything. That's it, guys. This is Akshay Daga signing off. Thank you. Bye bye.